Today for my Man on the Streets interview, I will be addressing the problem of violence among African American males.
No, I don't feel like they're violent at all.
I feel like all men have the potential to be violent.
I don't believe that violence is based on African American males. I believe that it may be a male thing based on testosterone, but it shouldn't be focused on just African American males.
I think it just depends on the environment they're in.
Personally, I do not think that African American males are violent people.
It depends on background, where they come from. A lot of things have to do with that. Different hoods, or the people that you hang out with, drugs, all different kinds of things. Just depends on where you come from.
The causes are the situations that they're put in, as well as the situations that they allow their stuff to be put in.
The African American males, I would assume their environment we were raised in, and I feel like that's all we've known all of our lives, to fight for this cause and fight for that cause. So if you put anybody in a situation where they're used to fighting in, they're gonna fight.
I basically just feel like sometimes people have anger and aggression and they just don't know where to place that anger. So instead of doing sports or going to the gym or stuff like that, or just being interactive on campus period, people go through other outlets to get their anger out, I guess.
I think with like urban areas, a lot of it's just based on the media, what it portrays youth and African American males, but just might be lack of education, bad schools or bad parents or no parents at all. So I think that kind of makes up anger in a certain individual. They might just lash out a little bit more.
Yes, it's a problem, because the more we fight, the more problems arise. Like if you fight at school, you have a chance to be kicked out of school or arrested and have a record. So I believe that it is a problem.
I think it's a problem, not only for African American men, but just the world in general.
It's a very big problem, actually. We've had a few instances here on campus, past weekends or parties, tempers flare, and students from other schools, unfortunately African American males, who bring their outside problems here to Eastern, and it has become a
Problem now, because as we see on campus, like a lot of people have been, putting out anger for no reason.
Putting more money towards educating different people, having parents stick together, or at least just ensuring the mother's there at all times, or the father figure's there, having positive role models, even if it's a celebrity or an athlete or anything like that. As long as there's somebody positive to take that negativity away from their home life, then I think that can really help out African American males.
I think that the first solution would be to acknowledge it. The second solution would be to probably address some of these stereotypes and figure out where they're rooted from, and not just blame them on African American males.
Defeat this is if we work together. Basically, African American males are going to have to come to some type of compromise where we understand that we can be used for a better thing than violence.
That's a hard question to answer. The future kind of depends on us and where we start with the solution as of now.
For positive now, like I mentioned before with President Obama, he really boosted up everybody's spirits, not only African Americans but other minorities in general. So I think it's going to be a more progressive state for all minorities, but with African American males especially, because it feels more like it hit home for them.
Unfortunately, I feel that the future is only going to hold more drastic situations for African American men until there's something done on a forefront where we come together and come to a peaceful solution with knowing our value of one another. But until the black man understands the value of himself, I don't see that the future is going to be any better.
Now that you have seen different people's perspectives and opinions throughout this interview, hope now you can take this information and make your own determine if this is a problem and that's something that we need to address. Thank you for viewing this, and have a great day.